by the way, and I love that you're saying that, because this is about modern masculinity.
Yes. Yeah.
And in the Democratic Party, the coach that is saying that it's important for him as the football coach to be the faculty, partner for the LGBTQ
Gay
club,
Straight Alliance.
The Gay Straight Alliance. And he's like, that's something important for me to do, because if a coach is doing it, it's going to have just a little more salience, right? And it's going to help kids not get bullied.
Before we get into this video, y'all do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share, comment, so the algorithm can help me. You help me so the algorithm can help me. All right? Now, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down this concept of 21st century masculinity that I guess Joy Reid and her, MSNBC crew were talking about at the DNC about a week ago. And I didn't watch it, so this clip is new to me. I got it from this content creator called Pink Book Lessons. So if y'all not subscribed to her, go subscribe to her. She does a lot of good content. But yeah, I just found this to be extremely egregious. There's no real such thing as 21st century masculinity. There's either masculinity or it's not. Okay? Real masculine men, we haven't changed. And we don't accept what they're doing over there in the Democrat Party. This is why I'm a strong advocate. If you watched any of my content in the past, you know I'm an extremely strong advocate for masculine heterosexual men, because pop culture, Hollywood, the mainstream media, they are anti-masculine men. They're anti-white masculine men. They're anti-black masculine men. Hispanic and Asian men, they don't really bother y'all like that for some reason. But the masculine heterosexual black man and the masculine heterosexual white man, they hate us. They really do. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. I'm going to play the full clip that I had a real big problem with.
There has been a lot of talk about masculinity and MAGAism trying to own masculinity in the most regressive, sort of misogynist way possible. J.D. Vance lecturing everybody on, what a family means, what it means to be a man. Donald Trump obviously has his own version of manhood. To see Tim Walz out there as a man who is just joyfully embracing his role as the potential vice president to the woman, the nation's first female president, is an extraordinary thing. But also to see his son weeping for his father in a deeply tender and emotional way. And then the last thing I'll say, because I think this hasn't been talked about enough, to see Democrats champion men as voices on reproductive choice.
Yeah. And by the way, and I love that you're saying that, because this is about modern masculinity.
Yes. Yeah.
And in the Democratic Party, the coach that is saying that it's important for him as the football coach to be the faculty, partner for the LGBTQ
Gay
club,
Straight Alliance.
The Gay Straight Alliance. And he's like, that's something important for me to do, because if a coach is doing it, it's going to have just a little more salience, right? And it's going to help kids not get bullied. I mean, what's really been fascinating is to watch the men of the Democratic Party model a kind of masculinity that is simply 21st century masculinity.
Speaking of 21st century masculinity, how about that? How about
that as a setup?
That'll lead in. We got Senator Cory Booker.
I was like, who's it going to be?
Who could it be? But
see how we did that?
The 21st century man himself.
Yeah. That is one of the most egregious clips that I've ever heard. They're all hyping up Tim Walz, a.k.a. Tampon Tim. We all know, as governor of Minnesota, he signed into law that tampons be accessible. Tampon dispensaries be installed in male restrooms across the schools in the state of Minnesota. Look it up. The meme Tampon Tim fits him perfectly. And the last clip I'm going to play is when they brought in Cory Booker, a.k.a. Cory Booty. I call him Cory Booty because I don't believe he's into women. But that's another conversation for another day. He's very feminine, very soft-spoken, just like they like their so-called men in the Democrat Party. And that's the purpose of me making this video. The Democrat Party is dead because you can't have a successful party without men and women supporting you, because men and women combined make up an electorate. You can't win an election off of just women and effeminate males. Most males are not effeminate. Are there a lot more effeminate males in this society than back in the day? Sure. Absolutely. But overall, most masculine men, we reject this crap. I stopped voting Democrat 14 years ago. 14 years. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let Corey Bussey say what he has to say, and we'll finish the video up after that.
Senator Booker, tonight was your night as chairing the events.
Yes.
We're talking about this kind of redefinition of masculinity in the wake of a Republican National Convention that offered a very reductive vision to the country. What'd you make of Coach Walz tonight?
You know, there's a deep decency and kindness about him. And I said this to somebody, it actually is the perfect handoff, because the Joe Biden I got to know during the 2020 presidential campaigns, I always say when somebody's nice to you but not nice to the waiter, they're not a nice person.
Real talk.
And that is Joe Biden, but I'm telling you, that is Governor Walz too.
They're nice to the waiters.
Yeah.
They are nice to the waiters. They have this love in them that you could feel before you hear. I wish America could have seen when he came backstage.
So yeah, I mean, this is the modern Democrat Party. You know, overly pandering to women, and masculine heterosexual men, we love women, but man, following behind the woman, that's not the way it's supposed to go. The man is supposed to lead the woman, not the other way around. The man wears the pants, not the woman. The man wears the clothes that make him a man, and the woman wears the clothes that make her a woman. It is what it is. It's really that simple. We keep on trying to reinvent the wheel, and it's having catastrophic results. The Democrat Party's number one core issue is LGBT. The more LGBT for them, the better. They love abortion, and they love illegal immigration. They love compliance. The more you just shut up and obey, they love it. They tell you what a woman is. They tell you whether or not men can get pregnant. They tell you whether or not men can have periods. Tampon Tim. And they're using a lot of weak, effeminate black males to push their agenda, and it's disgusting.
Can men get pregnant?
Depends. I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman. Only one sex can
Well,
get
that's
pregnant.
a circular argument. That's
It's not a
begging the
circular
question.
argument.
Yeah.
It's proving my thing. There is a truth, a concrete truth. You have to be born with a uterus to have a baby. Only women can get pregnant. The fact that we've arrived in a society where
Right, and that's the part I'm disagreeing with. That's the part I'm disagreeing
There's
with.
nothing to disagree with it. These are facts. So you can say that this person who is pregnant identifies as a man.
The fact that he was even trying to push back on that is absolutely disgusting. And as a black, masculine, heterosexual male, I hate to see men that look like me push this crap. All this, you know, destructive behavior, they're helping. And it's no wonder the women are following behind this foolishness. And little by little, they're letting more and more of these illegals into this country to replace us. They're replacing the black man, they're replacing the white man, they're replacing the white woman, they're replacing the black woman. Because they want another class of people that's going to vote blue no matter who. Give them free stuff, give them free housing, and they all in. And we don't need two opposite parents anymore. We don't need a mom and a dad anymore. A dad and a dad is cool, or a mom and a mom is cool. The core nuclear family is outdated. We're not doing that anymore. Now that's played out. We got to have two dads or two moms. Children need a man and a woman in their life because it takes a man and a woman to make a child. This is common sense. The man gives the child something different. The woman gives the child something different. It's really that simple. It's been working so good for thousands of years, but all of a sudden we got to change things. This is y'all's Democrat Party. I really mean what I say, and I say what I mean when you can't be a masculine heterosexual male and vote Democrat. You just can't. We don't hate LGBT, but we don't like it. We don't rock with it. We don't want nothing to do with it. We believe in doing real jobs. We believe in holding the door for women. We believe in being protectors and providers, because the woman is supposed to be softer and more delicate and feminine and submissive, and let the man be the man and let the woman be the woman. We work on engines and build things. You know, we do stuff that the average female wouldn't dream of doing. Every now and then you will have a female that want to get her hands dirty and greasy and put on a police officer uniform or a firefighter uniform, but the average woman don't want to do this stuff, man. The stuff that men dominate, we dominate for a reason. It has nothing to do with, you know, men trying to oppress women like the Democrat Party likes to tell you. They're liars. They like to play on women's emotions. You know, men have done all these jobs and made the world go around for generation after generation after generation, and all of a sudden we need a 21st century version of masculinity. 97% of all workplace deaths are men because women don't do the jobs that can kill them most of the time. Working on oil rigs out in the middle of the ocean. You see all that water behind? That's an oil platform. They're dozens of miles away from the shore. You got to get flown out on the helicopter. Building bridges, standing up 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 feet above the earth to make sure when cars transition from one freeway to another or drive over a piece of the ocean or a river, that the bridge is secure. Men painting their fingernails, Dwayne Wade, telling your son that he can become a little girl. Foolishness like that. This is what your modern Democrat Party is pushing. This is what they're promoting. And if you have a problem with it, you're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're transphobic. You know what I'm saying? You're a bigot. You're not in touch with your feminine side. Nah, we're not. And we can't forget about the push to come after the babies. They want the babies. That's what they ultimately. We all know what they really after. But this is who they are. They didn't used to be this bold and blatant with their degeneracy, but this is where they've unfortunately wandered off to. And if we really want to save our country, strong, masculine men are going to have to stand up and stand tall and say not just no, but hell no. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all share all that good stuff. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.